Yeah, so I like these games. Sandboxes in video games are very important to the identity of the video game. Do you want your game to be known for letting people just tackle situations however they want? Or do you want it to be known as the
Alright, rookie, you gotta go across this bridge and shoot that fellow right in the noggin with your M17 Army Pistol 9000.
And depending on the player, the more open-ended sandbox will be an automatic turnoff. I know this is a weird analogy, but for school assignments, I hate open-ended stuff. I just give me directions, some straightforward directions to what I need to do to get an A. Okay, I don't care about, well, you could do this and you could also do, no, I don't care. Just tell me what I need to do and then I do it. But for video games, no. In video games, I want to complete objectives in all the different ways. Why would I just kill a group of enemies with a little wooden club when I could make another group of enemies kill that group of enemies? Why would I just sneak around enemies when I can hide in a cardboard box right next to one and pop out and shoot them? But even with the fun of making two groups of enemies fight each other, some people are just not inclined to do that. They don't see a benefit in tackling objectives in unique ways, which is one of the main problems with these open combat kind of games. They just don't reward creative behavior. And I think a good way to just counter this basic pumpkin spice latte kind of behavior for these open combat games is just to make the game harder. But I feel like the developers of these kind of games are just too scared to make their game hard, or just harder, because, you know, they want the games to all be about player expression, and we want all play styles to be acceptable. Except you have people solving problems with the most straightforward solutions in games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, just pressing one button over and over to kill an enemy. Now, I will give Tears of the Kingdom some credit here, because at least in like the beginning, like maybe first 10 hours of the game, it is hard compared to Breath of the Wild's first 10 hours. But once you start getting some high damage weapons and parts for your weapons, it's an absolute breeze. Now let's take a break from the negative side of sandbox games. Let's talk about some fun stuff again.
Welcome to City. I thought so much of City 17 that
Plopping a physics system into your game is the easiest way to turn your sandbox from this to this. It can change a game drastically. So some of the most highly praised games ever would not be the same if it wasn't for their physics system. And we really have to thank Valve for introducing us to truly realistic physics in a video game. Now, I'm not here trying to say that Valve was the very first developer to implement physics in their game, but you can't look me straight in the face and tell me that thrust here was a turning point in video game history. Does the game have physics? Sure. But that's about it. Or let's take a look at Trespasser here. Now, I will admit the physics here were pretty revolutionary for the time it was released. The weapons kind of wiggle around like that one pencil from the Teen Titans Go movie. But at least from footage I've seen, I haven't played the game, it looks so boring. For a game with a pretty decent amount of weapons and a cool physics system, you would expect it to lean into those elements a little bit, but just half the time, again, just from the footage I've seen, half the time you were just walking to your destination, you shoot a couple dinosaurs, and then you like loot a little bit, like grab more ammo for your weapons or get a new weapon, and that's it. And you just do the same thing. But let's jump 6 years in the future real quick. And to top it all off, this game has swing physics. What other game lets you play on a swing? The game isn't just good because of the physics, it's good because of all the other things around the physics. When this game first came out, people were creaming their pantaloons about it. They were calling this the greatest game of all time. But it wasn't just because the physics are great, man, I can throw a beer bottle at an enemy. It's because of the story, the gameplay, the graphics, the atmosphere. The physics and the sandbox as a whole are just a great addition to a great game that just elevate the experience even more. What I'm trying to get at is that not all great games need a sandbox, but all sandboxes need a great game. Unless we're talking about games like literally labeled as a sandbox game, like Minecraft and stuff, like that's when it gets complicated. I don't really want to talk about those games. Then it's like they don't really have a story. And then when you really read it, it's like the log of my code today, and the sandbox is the whole thing. And I sandbox kind of has to be conventional because like it's not my Hey guys, it's me, Tom Brady. Just finished retiring for the 3rd time in my career, and this extra guy is pretty cool, very subscribe worthy.